It's back to work for the Reds as they head out to the Windy City to take on the Chicago Fire this Saturday, and plenty of decisions to be made, Gareth, in terms of selection. So let's start in goal. Do you go with Clint Irwin or Alex Bono?
You have to turn back to your number one, and that is Clint Irwin. Maybe it's recency bias, but we forget how good Clint Irwin was to start the season. It was so difficult starting 8 away, and he was a pillar of strength. Full credit to Alex Bono. He's played great, and he's enabled Toronto FC to ease Clint Irwin back to full fitness. Bono 7-3-2 as a starting goalkeeper. He did the job, but Clint's going to be the guy come playoff time, and if he's ready to go, you got to put him back in.
4 players returning from international duty. You have Josie Altidore, Michael Bradley, Armando Cooper, and Tosaint Ricketts. Tosaint Ricketts in specifics, I mean, this is not only physically draining everything that he went through with Canada, but emotionally as well.
Think about playing in Honduras, the equivalent of 45 degrees Celsius on a very difficult surface, then playing on turf in Vancouver and flying cross country. I would proceed with caution when it comes to Ricketts. Only play him if need be. Josie Altidore back to full fitness. He's a 90-minute player. I expect him to start. Same with Michael Bradley. Armando Cooper's the interesting one because he played the full 90 in a 2-0 win over Jamaica, but didn't play Panama's second game in World Cup qualifying. So if he's fresh and if he's able to go, perhaps we'll see Cooper for the first time wearing the red.
Well, Greg Vanney seems to believe that since the last time TFC played Chicago Fire 1-0 at BMO Field, this team has grown in confidence, specifically 12 games unbeaten at their home field.
Yeah, I think they're a team that is building their confidence. Pano, the coach, has really stuck to sort of his philosophies of trying to build the team and the process, and I think they've adapted a little bit over the course of the year. They've obviously added players that have helped them, and I think they're building confidence and they're getting a bit of an identity. And for me, they're a team that's very dangerous on the counterattack.
We just heard there from head coach Greg Vanney talking about the Chicago Fire. They are dangerous on the counterattack. They're committed to defense. So, Gareth, how do you break them down?
That's the thing, Danielle. They've changed their shape since they made some deals at the deadline. Kennedy Igbonanike is gone, and now they've settled on a 4-2-3-1 formation. You're right. They are very dangerous on the counter. That's why if you're Toronto FC, you need to kind of buckle down, give the Chicago Fire possession, and you play the counterattacking game. There's much more pressure on the home side to take the game to the opponent than vice versa. So I think it's going to take a lot of patience for Toronto FC to trust their system and really pick and choose their spots to go forward and attack.
I know you love kind of speculating on formations. TFC has used 7 different formations. They've shown that they're flexible, they can adapt. So which formation do they use?
They predominantly play a 4-4-2 in the midfield diamond. I would tend to side with playing 3 at the back, a 3-5-2 formation for this game and every game that you're going to play without Sebastian Giovinco. I just think it's more defensively sound and it suits the opponent this week, forcing Chicago to come out and play. I don't mind that it's more defensive minded, but what I do really like about the formation is the ability to use the flanks, provide a little bit added width, especially without Giovinco creating space on his own.
Josie continues to ride this high. He is scoring at a prolific rate. He has 5 goals in his last 7 games, so essentially TFC should play through him.
And scored 3 more on the international break as well. Absolutely. I think that TFC tends to go away from Josie a little bit too often, especially when Seba's around, and rightfully so, but Josie's an absolute force. He can control the ball, hold it up, also play the knockdown as well. He has to be the go-to guy to play through Josie on the counterattack. Whether it's Jordan Hamilton, anyone else going forward, the play attack-wise has to go through Altidore. He needs to be the focal point for this one this weekend.
Well, make sure you tune into it as the Reds look to continue their rise in the Eastern Conference standings and spoil Chicago's playoff aspirations. That will all be taking place 8:30 p.m. on Saturday, Sportsnet 360. And you can also follow along the social conversation using the hashtag TFC Live.